Alright, I actually tried to test the low graphics settings. Alright, when you click on the settings button, you can actually see a option that says best performance at lowest visual graphics. Alright, so I was curious to see what that offers. So basically, that mode disables all animation. Alright, I didn't know it until I tried it. Alright, as you can see here, the stun towers are attacking the enemies, but you can't see the lasers shooting out of them. Alright, you can see the numbers, the damage that is being dealt, and you can see the health that is being healed, but you can't really see the other animations like the attacks. Like, yeah, look at the Medusa totem activating. You can't really see the two circles from her. Alright, so it's a bit weird, and I won't say it's really enjoyable. Yeah, a bit of graphics tweaks are okay, but if you just flat out disable all the animations in the game, it's like not really as entertaining anymore. So I decided to switch it back. Right, as you can see here, I just log out and log back in. Okay, so did I switch it back? Alright, somehow I switched it back. I'm not sure why. I think I cut out that part. But so the animations are back again. You can see that the stun towers are producing the lasers as normal. Okay, so there are a few ox beams stuck underneath. The thing about this base is that if you come straight up, if you destroy a building and just walk from the middle, alright, if the enemy come from the two sides, it's fine. But if you come from the exact middle, alright, you can break through the wall. Okay, so that isn't something that is I need to resolve immediately, alright, because the chance that they are directly in the center is very small. As you can see here, just one or two enemies remain in the middle, so the chance that a huge wave of enemies will go through the walls will be highly unlikely. So this way I can actually split the enemies up into 3 portions, so 1 in the middle and 2 at the sides. Okay, so the thing about the thing about Hero Troll is that Hero Troll 17, and Hero Troll 18 if your heroes are strong enough for that. But Hero Troll 17 basically it's like a mini HBM, alright. The heroes in this mode have about 1 million, 2 million HP, right? Triantor have about 1.5 million HP, I think, and they have a ridiculous amount of damage reduction, right? So you can see here my PD is stacking, but I can't see any damage on the Triantor because they are just stacking on each other's procs. Okay, so the thing about this mode is that you want to split your enemies up. Okay, you don't want them to come at you in a wave. Right, you want stun towers instead of arrow towers because you want to slow them down as much as possible. Yeah, so the basic idea is that you want your heroes to be on NG and NG, the pet NG and the pet Bablu. Alright, you want your heroes to be able to heal while the enemies get stunned. Alright, because the damage dealt by these heroes are ridiculous. Alright, just like HBM. In HBM, Atlantic Core can just one shot your heroes, which is a bit funny if you ask me. But yeah, it works the same way here. Alright, the procs from the Warlock are really painful. Like, each of them does about 30k of damage, right, when they proc, and my heroes are on stone skin, so you can see how much damage they do. Okay, so here I managed to get the win. Alright, Triantor actually have a very low DPS, and fortunately he managed to break through the wall. As you can see here, my PD is stacking on the Siren, and you can see that the enemy is being split up, right, which is what I want. I don't want the enemy to just come from one side. I want them to come from as many directions as possible. So this time none of them went through the walls, so I guess that's fine. But typically maybe I would like 1 or 2 enemies to get to be hitting on the wall. Right, my hero base actually have the range to aggro onto the enemy when they come in closer. Right, so that is breaking through a wall isn't that much of a concern. Okay, as you can see here, the enemies are getting stunned. Alright, on a side note, let's talk about something different. Alright, since this part is a bit boring. I've recently watched the Pandarius video. Right, he's a fellow YouTuber, Castle Clash YouTuber, of course, that talks about something like CC petition. Alright, I'll post a little video on my opinions on that. But basically, is that there are some points that, while I do see where it's coming from, I feel that that isn't the main issue here. So there are some points that I agree, and some points that I disagree with his methods, right, which I want to clarify. Okay, so I guess doing through a video is much better than just posting comments, alright, because obviously this will cater to a larger audience, I hope. So the thing is that right now, if you don't know about the situation that is happening, there's this guy called Pandario, okay, YouTuber, okay, a very big YouTuber, alright, he's 10,000 subscribers, alright, basically he has a very high mic account, sorry, not very high mic account, but a top account, alright, a top tier account, and he spent a lot of money along with a lot of other people, right, and basically they claim that, okay, it's not that I disagree with them, but they claim that the borrowing system is completely broken, alright, and with a lot of faults that IGG has, maybe not specifically IGG, but IGG, the department for Castle Clash, right, it has a lot of faults, right, so they are trying to bring attention by using some drastic methods. I won't say very drastic, but you have to do this, alright, because as you know, the live support in Castle Clash is very meaningless, alright, it's just a bot talking to you. Okay, I actually have a few experiences talking to them, so I can see why he's doing this, because you really have to get their attention through extreme methods, or else they won't respond to you. I will talk about this in another video. This video I'll just basically comment it on the my base setup here. Okay, as you can see, it's Triantor again. Something interesting, alright, I want you guys to see how much damage, how much my PD is stacking and how much damage I'm dealing, right? So you can see my PD is having I think 3 stacks here, alright, the maximum stacks he did was 3, alright, he's stacking up here. As you can see, the speeds of my hero is getting ridiculous. Look at the Triantor, they're barely getting touched, right? Their health is decreasing by about 5,000 per hit, which is ridiculous. That's about 99% of damage reduction, because my PD was stacking about 5 times probably. So my pure damage was about 2 million, but the Triantor managed to reduce it to what, 5,000, 10,000. So that's a bit awesome, alright. It's kind of weird, but it's awesome. Alright, so just to make the point that the heroes in Hero Trial L17 is very different from L16, alright. The jump from L16 to L17 to L18 is huge, alright, especially for L17 to L18. L16 to L17, it's a huge jump, but it's not as big as L17 to L18. That jump is a bit ridiculous in my opinion, right? Basically you fight enemies with like a few million HP. When you get to L18, that is. So I'm probably not going to try L18 ever in my whole CC career. Or rather, I can try it, but I will never be able to farm it because I'll keep losing unless I get a Triantor or something. But even then, I did try L18 a few times, alright, and the Triantor actually one-shot my heroes, so yeah. As you can see, my P is trying to stack up, alright, but the Warlock produced so much. The Warlock actually gives each other a shield, alright, and when the shield can stack, obviously, so the damage deflection will stack one after the other, right, and the slowdown effect on my heroes will also stack. As you can see here, my Golem is barely managed to move. My Medusa and Ares Totem actually activated here, so I was hoping that the Warlock can die from the towers. So I speed up this area because it's quite boring. There's no action going on except a lot of stunning. But what I was hoping is that I can still finish it in time. Okay, because the Warlocks are very low health, and my stun towers are actually level 14 and level 15. Okay, and they are 755 towers. So you can see that even with such a high towers with such high damage, you didn't see any significant drop in the Warlock's health. So this shows you that the hero in this mode, in this L17 mode, is quite ridiculous. Alright, so obviously you need a good base setup. So what was I doing here? I don't really remember. Oh right, I was trying to switch one of the stun towers to arrow tower for better DPS. Okay, because right now the stun towers are barely doing any damage. So what I was hoping for is that, because right now if you have say 6 stun towers, alright, which I was previously using, if one of them stuns the enemy and the other also manage to stun the enemy, the stun time don't overlap, alright, it's still 2 seconds, and after the 2 seconds the enemy will just come back again and you have to stun it. So basically when you stun the enemy, it can't be stunned again, the stun can't be prolonged, so there's no point doing a lot of stuns. Alright, you want a mix of arrow towers and stun towers. So that was my theory. Alright, okay, so now I was testing out that theory. As you can see here, my Vlad managed to proc the Pixie, which is awesome, because Pixie has level 5 scatter obviously, and once Pixie get holds of a hero, alright, your hero cannot proc because of level 5 scatter obviously, and they'll basically stack on your heroes and heal each other. So once Pixie gets aggro onto a hero, alright, you basically lose. Okay, that is especially true for L17. Alright, I don't know about L16. Actually, L16 Pixie, if you have a good base setup, it's quite easy. Alright, but L17, the situation is a bit different. Alright, because the heroes are just a few times stronger. Okay, so here, melee heroes, which are not like flyers. Okay, melee heroes are much easier to deal with because they have to walk such a long way, right, from the bottom to the gold vault, and the gold vault and the mana vault, is it, on the 2 sides. Alright, as you can see here, flyers can go through the walls, or fly through the walls obviously, so they get to my buildings much quicker. As you can see here, the Vlad was coming from below, alright, but didn't manage to get all the buildings at the top. So you can see here that my base was quite effective in moving the aggro. So I don't really know how to say this, but it's quite effective in the sense that it's not easily destroyed. Alright, most of the time you lose in hero trial is because your base is destroyed. Like heroes like Harpy Queen, heroes like Siren can just wipe out your base before they wipe out your heroes. Okay, so you need to have a good base design so that all your interior buildings don't just succumb to their procs. So yeah, if you notice, yeah, you probably noticed by now, the idea behind this base is to place all the meaty buildings, alright, all the high level buildings in the center of the base, while all the outer buildings, exterior buildings on the bottom are all low HP buildings. Alright, so obviously you don't want the auto blockers to stack on your building, so I place them at the bottom so that the buildings can be destroyed quickly. Okay, all the buildings at the top are actually very high HP, like 100,000 hit points. Alright, so if the enemy gets hold of one of the building, they can actually hit it for 5 times before they go. Okay, so as you can see here, my mana gold vault is getting attacked. Alright, my gold vault has about 150,000 HP, so the Death Knight can actually stack on my gold vault for about 5 times. Okay, I'm assuming that they deal about 30k damage per hit, which is completely reasonable. In fact, I think they deal more damage than just 30k per hit. It's quite ridiculous. My heroes are actually on Stone Skin, as I said before, and Tenacity Crest and Stone Skin, alright, because I don't want them to die from Warlock procs. So if they're dealing 30k damage to me, it just means that they have about 50k of pure damage, of true damage. So yeah, so I'll just run a few more times until my my hero trial cards run out. Okay. Oh, something I want to talk about is, you know, I really like this kind of game modes. Okay, I like the HBM style game modes. Unfortunately, I can't run HBM because there's no point to. Alright, you can sweep HBM, but you can't sweep hero trials. Okay, so obviously you have to run the full hero trials to get the rewards and stuff. Alright, you can actually get a reward from hero trial just saying the chances are probably very slim, about maybe 0.1%. So maybe for every 2,000 tries you do, you get about 1 hero. Okay, I'm just coming out with random numbers, but I've done hundreds and hundreds of hero trial and never gotten a hero. And they are not just hero trial 13 or 14, they are hero trial 17 and 16. Right, so yeah, the chances are very slim. But I do see people getting heroes from hero trial, so that is possible. But I mean, if you are super lucky, I guess it's like hitting the lottery. Okay, so round troop like Oxbane, there's really nothing to see. Okay, it's Black Dracula that is interesting. Okay, because they are flyers. They are the most dangerous of all the heroes that can spawn, all the enemies that can spawn. Okay, so you can see the thing about Black Dracula is that once they do their circle thing, their proc thing, they chain stun you, alright, because their proc can actually I don't think their fear stack, alright, their stun, I don't think it stacks. But the thing is, right after the Vlad proc, one Vlad proc, alright, and you recover from the stun, another Vlad will start procking, another Vlad will start procking and procking. So the heroes will be chained. I mean, once they recover from the stun, they'll get stun back again. So it's not like the stun is stacking, alright, it's constantly stacking and losing, stacking and recovering. Your heroes are constantly stacking and recovering. It's just that directly after it recovers, it gets stunned again. So yeah, the thing about Vlad is that it's not its damage output, alright. The Vlads on the L17 have decent damage output, but it's not strong enough to kill my heroes, alright. The thing about Vlad is that it destroys buildings so quickly, alright, and it chain stuns you so that your heroes can't do anything. My Dread when my Dread was being stunned, alright, previously, it can't even auto proc, alright, because yeah, so you can't do anything. While the Vlad just the Vlad circle just wipe out your base. So in terms of difficulty, I would say it's Warlock first, followed by Vlad, followed by Harpy Queen. Alright. Ares is actually maybe the fourth. I'm not too sure. Ares is a ground troop, but the thing is that he silences your hero, so he can't proc. As you can see here, my heroes are not procking. Okay, my Pumpkin Dew actually died without being able to proc once because of the Ares proc. Okay, the Ares are actually coming through the bottom walls, and they are hitting on the walls, which is not good. Okay, my Vlad actually died, so there isn't much to see here. I just let the game continue, the animation continue, because I was hoping my totems and my stun tower can somehow kill the Ares by some miracle. Okay, you can see my Medusa managed to kill a few, but some of them have life drain, so yeah, it's quite pointless. So I just speed this up. Okay, so I exited in the end. Okay, so this is Harpy Queen. This is the second most difficult opponent in my opinion, because Warlock is the number one, and the second is Harpy Queen. What's dangerous about Harpy Queen is not that she stuns, she obviously doesn't stun. Okay, it obviously doesn't stun. It just slows your enemy, slow your hero to a crawl, alright, because the slowdown stacks. Okay, so you can imagine 9 out of 10 Harpy Queen does about 50% of slowdown, maybe. I'm not too sure, 50 or 45. And 2 Harpy Queens stack on you, 3 Harpy Queens stack on you. That's about maybe 70% of slowdown from those 3 Harpy Queens, right? Where you get so many Harpy Queens poking at once at your heroes. They just can't move, alright, while the Harpy Queen procs destroy your base. Okay, it's not that her proc does a great deal of damage, it's just that you can't do anything, your heroes are not moving. So yeah, so the dangerous thing about Harpy Queen is that, but you can resolve that by stunning them. Okay, so you want strong stun towers. If you are going to farm L17, I will recommend 754 towers, minimum 754. Alright, 755 will be ideal. It will be suitable, not ideal. Obviously you want 777 towers, but 755, I say you can farm it at quite a satisfactory rate. Alright, I wouldn't recommend anybody trying farming L18 unless you have Anubis, of course, and maybe Minotaur. Using the Anubis and Skull Knight totem trick, maybe you can, but L17 is doable. I wouldn't try L18 ever, because the difficulty jump is just too great. Okay, so here I speed up the video because it's just hitting on my walls. So once you see that it comes closer, my Vlad will aggro onto it. Okay, so my Phantom King, sorry, aggro onto it. So yeah, once they destroy 2 walls and get inside, my hero base basically have the range to reach the hero. So I won't get a timeout. So now you can see that the Ares actually have gotten hold of my Pixie, Cupid. So my Cupid and Pumpkin Dude cannot get the proc off. Okay, so I only have 2 heroes left, so my situation was super bad. Okay, but okay, so this is very interesting. Look at this. My Black proc have full heal himself. Okay, and is barely losing any HP. Okay, and he get another proc. Oh, there was a brief respite. Alright, he almost didn't manage to recover from the Ares proc. Look, he's proccing under the Ares calamity effect. Is this a visual glitch or is it a glitch? Because if you guys just scroll back a few, just go back a bit, you can see that the 2 Vlad procs were done under Ares calamity. So that was quite interesting, but it's quite funny that my Vlad actually managed to solo the whole wave. Okay, we get another Ares. Oh, sorry about that. I'm having a sore throat at the moment, but I'm also making daily expedition videos and Lost Battlefield videos because I find those to be very entertaining. Obviously, I won't make Questbot and Lost Realm videos because those are really quite boring in my opinion. Right? Things like Hero Trial, things like Lost Realm are much more fun because they are more action packed. Right? You want to see HBM attempts rather than me just hitting the same enemies over and over, because HBM spawns, this kind of hero spawns have a lot of variety. Okay, if I were to choose HBM over, if I were to choose between HBM and Hero Trial, I will run HBM because it's much more entertaining. But right now, HBM can be swept, so there's really no point in me attempting it. Yeah, so this is what I propose. They should make a feature that allows you to do HBM without getting a rewards. Alright, so you get an infinite attempt at a certain wave, like A, E, or AF, so that you can see how the spawns how your heroes will react to different spawns. Okay, it doesn't require you to. It doesn't take up an attempt, a sword. It doesn't consume anything. Okay, it's free basically, but you also won't get rewarded if you win. Right, so if they manage to make a mode like that, it'll be quite cool. Because right now, Hero Trial and HBM all consume cards to run. So whenever you want to do something, whenever you want to show a run, you have to exhaust some of your resources. So as I said before, there's really no point in me doing that because I've already completed AE. Alright, there's no point in me trying to. I'm not going to just run AE again, waste my HBM cards for making a video. Okay, so if they could do that, then I will really run this a lot because it's actually quite entertaining to watch. Also, hopefully it's the same for you guys. So as you can see, it's Death Knight, so he's a melee unit, so he'll walk a long way and get stunned, and my hero will just stack on him. Alright, so nothing interesting at this point. Okay, the most interesting thing is Warlock and Vlad, alright, because they are the 2 hardest. Harpy Queen is also pretty hard, so let's see how this goes. I don't remember each detail because it's been quite a while since I filmed this. I recorded this, I mean. As you can see here, my Pumpkin Dude is stacking on the Harpy Queen, so it's actually countering the slow from the Harpy Queen. My heroes are actually being slowed down by Harpy Queen and at the same time being buffed up by Pumpkin Dude. So I didn't manage to clear the 2 waves. It was very close, alright. My Vlad and my Golem were all stacking on the enemies, but it managed to take out my base. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, here you have Triantor. Look at how much my PD was stacking. My PD is having 5 stacks at least. Alright, and you can see my Dread Drake proc there doing about only 400,000 damage. Okay, PD was going crazy, it was reaching max stacks, alright, and I'm only doing 400,000. Usually when PD reach max stacks, you probably get about 2 million damage. As you can see here, I'm barely doing any bit damage at all. So you can see it's quite funny, and yeah, it's quite funny because it's like my PD is trying to buff up the whole team and Triantor is just saying no. Okay, so I'll end this on the Warlock run. Okay, this is my last trial at the HBM. Obviously I'm not good, I won't run this forever because I also need the hero trial cards for my quest. So I'll do this every time my my hero trial sword refreshes. Okay. Okay, so the warlocks are all coming around. They are getting split into 3 portions. My Vlad is going to proc here and kill himself in the process. Yeah, he does heal himself, alright, but the warlock deflect is so great that he actually hurt himself. He actually lose HP when he procs. Okay, as you can see here, my Vlad actually killed himself. So at the beginning he was healing himself, but when a warlock starts to proc, alright, and the damage deflection starts to stack, he's basically doing about 50k damage per hit to himself every second. So yeah, there's no hope in me passing this. Okay, here my phone actually ran out of memory, so my recording stopped, but I didn't manage to clear the wave. Right, my totals managed to take out a few heroes, but I wasn't able to finish it. So I'll end it out here. Alright, I'll post more videos on my Lost Realm and my expedition attempts, so I hope that you look forward to them. Okay, so yeah, see you next time when my hero trial resets.